The only thing that makes sense right now is for you to start doing something.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Not even on some depressed stuff, bro. Sleeping is better than being alive, bro.
Brother, you have to understand that this shit will not happen overnight.
If you're a man, you want to have, a wife and kids and be a family man, you need to think long and hard about that.
All right, gamer trader. So we got a lot of people going through it, on the brink of giving up on life or trying to figure out their next move financially. I want you guys to tune in and, let me know what you're thinking and make sure you leave some comments down below on what you hear in this video. Let's do it.
The only thing that makes sense right now is for you to start doing something. It doesn't have to be creating content. It doesn't have to be selling a product, building a business. It doesn't have to be anything in specific, but you have to start doing something to change your life, something to move you closer to your goals. You have to start doing something. That perfect opportunity, that perfect timing, that perfect person, perfect partner, perfect whatever, it's never going to show itself to you. That perfect amount of money you need, none of it, ever. You get one life. You will waste your entire life. All that youth you have, all that energy, all that time you have right now to go out there, risk it, and figure it out as you go. You're going to waste all that time waiting, sitting, hoping that you get a perfect scenario that will never come. So just jump out there. The good, the bad, the ugly, I don't even care. I'm going to just figure it out as I go and try to enjoy that. See what happens in the midst of that chaos. Find peace in the midst of that and watch how many people come around and want to help you through that situation.
So I resonate a lot with this message, mainly because, I've learned that sitting around depressed or woe is me is not going to get me where I want to be. I agree when people say things really suck right now. But I'm also one of those people that's like, yeah, things suck, but we got to do something about it because sulking ain't going to get us to where we want to go. So, I'm starting this Gamer Trader channel. He's talking directly to me in this one, and I got to stay consistent. And I'm hoping that, you guys start to subscribe. I'm hoping that you guys start to support the business and start to support the channel. And in return, I'm going to give you opportunities to grow with Gamer Trader. It ain't just about you subscribing to me, giving me watch time. No, I'm hoping that the right people come across this channel so that we can build something together and beat this thing called poverty together.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Not even on some depressed stuff, bro. Sleeping is better than being alive, bro. I know y'all gonna think I'm like on some sad boy stuff, bro. But nah, like think about it, bro. When you asleep, bro, you deadass have nothing to worry about, bro. The problems in life only come when you wake up, bro. Like if I go to sleep right now, ain't nothing matter. Let's say I'm fighting demons, bro. I go to sleep, it don't matter, bro. But when I wake up, that's when I gotta face things, bro. That's when you really gotta like really go through the struggle for real, bro. But I can go through the struggle, but I'm just saying.
Based on what Buddy talking about in this video, I'm sure he meant sleep is better than being awake, but that's not necessarily true, man. And this goes to show that, there are some people who think this way, and that's sad, but I'm the kind of guy that's like, okay, well, I guess I need to make my dreams a reality. I need to work and build something in some way, shape, or form that makes my dreams a reality. That's pretty much me, man. I hope you guys really don't think this way so that you don't have to, be depressed. We didn't get this life to be depressed. I just simply don't agree with that rhetoric.
If you just stuck to it, prayed when you didn't feel like praying, read the Bible when you didn't feel like reading the Bible, going to the gym when you didn't feel like going to the gym, eating clean when you didn't feel like eating clean, take your vitamins when you didn't feel like taking your vitamins, go on the walks when you didn't feel like going on the walks, waking up early at the same time every day when you didn't feel like waking up at the same time every day early. Dude, you will be in a different situation, I guarantee you. And if you do that, you will be. Because I understand that the main reason that successful people are successful in their life is because they do the work for an extended period of time without seeing a result. And when they don't feel like doing it, they continue to show up and do it. That is the main indicator of success. With Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Martin Luther King, like all these people.
It's one thing to say it, It's one thing to know it, but it's a whole nother thing to actually be consistent and do it. Man, you know, there's three things I like, the words that I like, and it's discipline, focus, and consistency. And when all these, like a trifecta, are combined, you know, there's a lot of things that have become possible for you, right? So with this YouTube channel, man, when I don't feel like making a video, I got to make one. When I don't feel like motivating you guys, I got to motivate you guys. In my business, you know, when I'm trading, when I don't feel like staying up for a setup or watching my trade play out, I still got to do it. And that's going to go over into parenting as well. When I don't feel like being a dad, I'm still going to have to be a dad. I'm still going to have to be a husband. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you do. You're rewarded based on your results of your actions, not the results of how you feel. We are men, not women. So we got to operate based on logic and not emotion. And that's why and how you get the results that you want.
If you're a man, you want to have, you know, a wife and kids and be a family man, you need to think long and hard about that. Now, I'm saying this as a man with a wife and as a man with kids. Because when you do get married and when you do bring children to the world and you are playing the role of man, husband, in the traditional sense, right? Your needs are the bottom of the totem pole. I'm not saying you don't prioritize yourself. I'm not saying your wife doesn't prioritize you. You know, your partner prioritizes you. But as a man, oftentimes your needs will come last. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I prefer it that way. I could be saving years for something. A game, a PlayStation, or whatever the case may be. Something just for fun. That's for me to wind down. If my child needs something, yeah, daddy, we need to do this for, you know, a play we're doing at school, or do you know what I'm dropping on that? That bread. I have some time about homeboys that I've had scheduled for months in advance. Like, we've been looking forward to this. And something pops up out the blue for my child or for my wife. Do you know whose time is being ate up now? Mine. Rightly so. Because I'm dad, I'm husband, so forth and so on. So listen, I like it. This is what I want. This is what it means to be a father. This is what it means to be a husband. This is what it means to have people who depend on you. If you want that, count the cost. Count the cost. Fatherhood is expensive, and not financially, but also from a personal standpoint, it's expensive.
I absolutely love this message. You know, guys, I just turned 30, and I'm not where I want to be at in life, but I've always had the mindset that I need to build up my person, my status, my income, right? And even though I don't have the status and income that I want for a family, you know, because I tell people all the time, I serve tables. I love serving tables. I love meeting new people, but I'll never be able to make the amount of money necessary serving tables to provide for the family in the way that I want to, right? But I've also stayed out of trouble. Guys, staying out of trouble is half the battle. Don't get in no legal trouble. Don't have children out of wedlock or in unnecessary situations. Guys, you know, stay away from drugs. Stay away from the wrong kind of people, because your future depends on that. And you got to realize that, you know, the younger you is responsible for the older you. And it's weird because as a 30-year-old man, I wouldn't tell a 15-year-old he needs to take care of me. But when you think about life, your 15-year-old self had to make good decisions so that your 30-year-old self wouldn't have to deal with those situations and those consequences. But also, your 50-year-old self is the person who sets up the rewards for your older self. It's very important to realize that. So you got to make sure that you're taking care of the older version of you, because you are the only one who's responsible for the older version of you. And you're the one who's going to care about the older version of you the most.
Brother, you have to understand that this shit will not happen overnight. There will be a lot of pain and suffering. You will lose a lot of people. You will go through embarrassment. You will go through overthinking, discouragement. It'll come to a point where you don't even know if you want to do this shit anymore. You have to stay strong through thick and thin, bro. No matter how you're feeling, no matter what's going on in your life. If you really want to get out of the life that you're living right now, and you're really, truly tired of it, and you really vision buying your mom a car, buying your dad a house, shit like that, there is a lot of groundwork that you're going to have to do. You also have to trust God and his timing, bro. Just because you ain't blow up yet don't mean you'll never blow up. Just because you're not rich yet doesn't mean you're going to be rich. Trust me, bro. Wait your turn. Just keep grinding and stay strong, man.
I will never forgive society and parents making kids choose a so-called fucking dream job? Or what do you want to be when you grow up in 5 years or whatever bullshit? Because here's the real reality I learned. You don't know if you're gonna like some shit until you do the shit. There's no fucking way you can say confidently 100% that you want to be something or you want to do something and you never fucking really done it. You never been in the weeds of it. I blame society and parents for that shit. Because how the fuck you know you actually gonna like something unless you do it? How? There's no way you can confidently say you want to do something and you've never fucking done it. And I think that alone sets so many kids up for failure.
Yo, man, you got to use your 20s to learn and experiment on what it is that you like. Some people get very, very lucky, blessed, to find out what they like to do very, very early. Some people, it's going to take time. And some people never figure it out. And I'm just hoping that's never going to end up being you guys or me, myself. But you have to take your 20s and figure out what you like to do. And this is why it's very important not to have children before you're ready, not to get any legal trouble before you're ready, not to fall into any kind of debts and things before you're ready. Because even though our parents push us to go to school and we end up getting in a bunch of debt, it's more important to find out what it is that you like to do and give it a try before you start dedicating thousands of dollars or semesters of schooling or insurmountable amounts of time trying to figure it out if this is something that you want to do. You know, I fell in love with gaming early. I thought I had to step away from it because it wasn't professional. This is when, you know, YouTube was not even 10 years old. I'm talking 2011, 2012, 2013. Lo and behold, I come back and be like, man, I should have been doing it all along because that's what I love to do. And I can provide motivation on the back end. I can help people out on the back end while making the amount of money necessary to fund the goals and dreams that I have. I fell in love with gaming at a young age, but I never thought, or I was told that gaming can't be a career. But look at YouTube today. Look at gaming today. And yes, I should have picked it up along the way in my 20s, but I was just like, no, I got to be professional. I got to grow up. Most people don't make it gaming. Man, forget all of that. If you put your time, effort, and energy into something you like to do and you can find purpose and passion in it, man, I feel like you should do it, bro. I feel like you should go hard for it. As long as it's not illegal, not immoral, and not unethical, go for it. You will have so much more fun and things like that doing what you love to do. Even if you're making a less amount of money, hopefully it's enough to live. You know what I mean? It's got to be enough to live, but I feel like, you know, some people would be happier making less money doing what they love than making more money doing something that they feel like they need to do for the sake of whatever the case may be.
At my age, please stop asking me about my likes and dislikes. I like money and I dislike not having money, all right? That's it, all right? Like, what do you want me to say? That I like long walks on the beach? No, I like when my rent is paid on time, all right? Stop stressing me out with these questions. Like, you want me to say that I dislike liars? No, I don't care anymore. I dislike seeing $57 disappear from my account because I dared to breathe this morning. All right? Every day feels like a job interview now. So what are your hobbies? My hobby is trying to figure out how eggs went from $2 to $9 without Congress holding a special meeting. Like, what happened? Right? Or they'd be like, well, what do you do for fun? Fun, I file disputes with my bank and hope they side with me. Okay? At this age, it's very simple. If it deposits, I like it. If it withdraws, I don't like it. That's it. All right? Don't ask me about my favorite color, my favorite band, my favorite food. Ask me about how I'm surviving with this level of inflation. Okay? Because really, my likes at this age are just two words: direct deposit.
You guys, you got to laugh at the last clip. I mean, it's definitely funny because we all know that being broke sucks. But two favorite words being direct deposit. I think that's a fact, man. You know, we still trying to figure it out on this entrepreneurship journey. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, look, make sure you link up with the Gamer Trader community. Links in the description. If you're interested in starting a business risk-free and, you know, financially free, make sure you click the links in the description down below. There's an opportunity for each and every one of you to start growing a business without having to put any money down. Now, that means you're going to have to put in a little bit of more amount of work. But if we work together, guys, I feel like we can all help each other get paid and eventually live the life that we all want to. Till next time, gamer traders, Too Tall out.